Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Ghostly Greetings podcast. I am your host, Marie, and this is probably going to be a short but sweet video. I'm going to try and prolong it as well as I can, but this first episode is just going to be mostly me sort of introducing myself and the podcast and what you can expect from us. So I am 32 years old. I am a mother of 5, which is kind of a large family nowadays. I am married to my best friend, which I know sounds corny and cliche, but trust me, it's true. I have been into the occult and paranormal for over 25, about 25 years. I had my first paranormal experience when I was 5 years old. So that's what really kind of drew me in and made me so that I, wanted to learn more about this and share and kind of find like people or people that understood and have been there and, seen the things that I've seen. I have just recently started my own spiritual witchcraft journey. It's something that I felt very drawn to, and it just seemed to call more now than it did before. So I just seriously started to go into that. I stammer and I stumble across my words a lot, so forgive me. But I'm really excited to start this and just sort of create this space where we can share our experiences and our knowledge, where I can hopefully have other people come in and share their stories. With the pandemic and everything, it is kind of hard to get people here to do it, so I might just end up uploading their videos as we go along. But yeah, this is mostly just a space for me to be able to share with you what I know, what I've experienced. I want it to, and I want you guys to share your stories as well, and sort of create just a safe environment for everybody, that to know that they're not alone, and that, to feel connected to other people who have gone through the same sort of things that they've gone through, and to know that you're not crazy at all for seeing the things that you've seen, or, feelings that you felt. A lot of the time it is just, a feeling, or like something in the corner of your eye sort of thing. And that's, it's valid. It's still, it's still happening. It's still a thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is basically has been on my mind for a really long time, to sort of start something. I knew I wanted to do a podcast. I couldn't narrow it down to something that I really, really, really was passionate about and wanted to talk about. But I feel that this is sort of my area, what I know. And but yeah, that's why I wanted to start this. And I do ramble, and I'm sorry for rambling. It's what I do. But yeah, I'm really, really, really excited to bring this to you guys, and to have a space where we can just talk and just sort of share. I know I've said that like 20 times now, but but yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what else to say. So if you guys have any experiences that you would like to share, feel free to drop them down in the comments, and I will go through them, and probably, I'll try to do some follow-up in my videos with them, with your comments, and sort of help or relate or whatever you need, right? I guess really, like, I felt sort of crazy for thinking that these things were real, and for, kind of, something obviously, and for, I feel kind of alone, and thought that nobody would believe me for the things that I've seen, especially for seeing them so young. When I was 5 years old, we lived at my grandparents' house, and I slept in one of the bedrooms upstairs. So as my grandparents were downstairs, and then my mom and dad were in the hall, like across the hall, and then I was, in the other bedroom. And so I woke up in the middle of the night. It was like 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was really, really early in the morning. And next to the door frame, there was this black shadow of a man. And there was only 2 men living in the house at the time, my grandfather and my dad. So I looked up, and, I looked at him, and it was man-shaped. So I look at it and I go, Daddy? Just stood there blank. All I seen was it do this. I seen it move its head. And then I look and I go, Papa? And it moves its head again. And at that point, that's when I got scared. And I yelled for my mother. And I remember my mom rushing through the hallway, and I could see her hand go through and flick the light switch. And he disappeared. And that's the last thing that's what I remember. I crumpled into her arms and I bawled. I was terrified. Like, I didn't know what was going on, who was in my house, any of that stuff, right? So I was scared. So, and I never gave it more thought because being so young, I chalked it up to a bad dream, or, I forgot about it. And I've always had kind of feelings being there, and I never did see it again. I don't know. I mean, that's the one part that really sticks in my head. Like, it was once. I just seen it once, and that was it, right? And that's what really kind of stuck, because it just seemed very weird to me, to see this figure and then not know who it was, not know why they were there. And it was very, very, very strange. And ever since that moment, I could remember, like, it'd be an odd feeling, or I'd see shadows in the corner of my eyes, or, mists, that kind of thing. And it's really very, very interesting to me that, those things are kind of there. And I just, it's interesting to me. I'm not scared by it now. I mean, as a kid, obviously, you're going to be terrified of something you don't know. But now it interests me, and I'm so excited to learn more and to kind of experience more, because you don't know, right? And there's so much out there, and so much, so many ways of communicating, and I'd love to try them all, right? So that's my beginner story. That's what got me into paranormal and occult, and learning all that I can about it. And it really just fascinates me. It's a subject that I want to learn everything that I can about it, and just kind of, I want to be able to help other people kind of understand it too, and tell people, you're not alone. The things that you see, the shadows that you see, or the voices that you hear, you are not alone. Those are not just in your head. Like, there's more of us around that know these things, and have experienced these things, and have seen these things, and you are more than welcome to share. And this is a safe and accepting space, and I would love to hear all of your stories, and to know more about what you guys have seen and what you guys have experienced, and that kind of stuff. And I guarantee you guys will hear my kids at some point in time during this podcast, because I have so many. And they're all still really young, and you will guarantee be hearing them fighting, no doubt. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for showing up for this first episode, and I am so excited to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.